it just sort of started with, the average drinking and marijuana use in high school, and then just evolved into acid, mushrooms, ecstasy.
I was into meth, like ice and heroin, for about 7 years. It started when I was in high school.
As a parent of a drug-addicted child, it is soul-destroying. You have this amazing, young, vibrant person, and all of a sudden you're watching them go into a spiral that you're powerless to do anything about.
I personally and my husband were in the biggest mess of our lives. I'm a counsellor myself, and I thought when I found out that she had a habit and was very, very bad, I thought, oh, well, we just fix it. I'm a counsellor. Little did I know. I couldn't.
But I'd like to just say that where the biggest problem was 5 years ago when I decided to get help for what I felt was an alcohol and drug problem. And they introduced me to a psychiatrist who started putting me on antidepressants and Valium and antipsychotics and mood stabilisers, and that was when my life fell apart.
I looked for everything. I said, what can I do? I tried to ring people. So she did withdrawal, she went to counselling, she went to different places, but because she told me one day she can't do it on her own, she needs help. But there was no help. It just was no help. There was no help. It was just talk. And maybe what I found most disturbing was that those drug and alcohol counsellors really were very encouraging. They say, well, it only helps a few people and we just don't know who it will help. I found that very disturbing. So I thought we could be doomed if it's only a few people, helps only a few people. So it was just terrible. That particular point I think about quite a bit, that the so to speak experts telling you, well, it only helps a very few people.
She was even part of the psychiatric ward, thinking that maybe it was something mental, that bipolar or whatever they call it. That didn't help either. The drugs were making her worse. She'd wandered the streets. I didn't even know where she was, and it was just an impossible situation. Even speaking to her psychiatrist, I couldn't make any sense out of it as to why. Oh, no, we'll increase this a little bit and we'll drop this one. We'll see what effect that has in 3 weeks, come back, and maybe we'll be able to balance your life out again. Well, it's just mentally has just destroyed her and destroyed me as well, just about.
I just gave up and I put my kids into foster care and sat down in a bath and sliced my wrists open. I just thought there was no way out.
There is a way out. Narconon is a residential drug and alcohol rehab and detox centre for people who want to get off drugs and stay off drugs for good. It provides all the support, counselling and education they need to achieve a drug-free life using a new, proven approach.
The rest of them were 12-step programs, and they told me that I was powerless against my addiction. This program doesn't tell you that. It just fixes your life. What doesn't fix your life? You fix your life. It just gives you the tools.
Narconon was founded in 1966 by William Benitez, a heroin addict and inmate at the Arizona State Prison. He discovered a book by L. Ron Hubbard, humanitarian and author, in the prison library. Mr. Benitez wrote to Mr. Hubbard requesting further help. Mr. Hubbard then dedicated himself to the development of what has become the Narconon program of today. Using these methods, he successfully got himself off drugs and began achieving a success rate of over 80%. There are over 100 Narconon centres in all continents around the world. 40 years later, Narconon is still used extensively in prisons and other facilities.
My earliest impressions were very much given to me during my visit to the US and Mexico, and especially the visit to Ensenada Jail, and seeing the program itself working in the toughest type of environment with hardened criminals who I was able to communicate with and talk about drug issues, and to hear them articulate their message in going through a rehabilitation program was nothing short of miraculous.
It is one of those organisations that has dealt with the total problem, not just getting kids off drugs, but getting them back into a balanced life.
Well, I certainly believe in the Narconon program. I certainly believe that any program that offers support to people, offers a new life to people, is really worthwhile.
Dr. Narita James is a naturopathic physician with 28 years' experience in handling drug withdrawal in her practices. She's president of NN Australia, founding member of Narconon and the Get Off Drugs Naturally charity here in Australia.
As a naturopathic physician, putting people on drugs to get them off drugs didn't really make a lot of sense to me. So when I discovered the Narconon program and its drug-free approach and rehabilitating the body first with vitamins, minerals and sauna detox, that made a lot of sense. Drug addiction is a symptom, it isn't a cause. That person is not confronting something in their life. They are not coping with something.
I was a total mess, got diagnosed by psychs as manic depressant and been given psych drugs and realised it was all wrong, and one day met Narita through her health clinic and started the Narconon program.
My father was working for Kerry Packer and he found out that I was on drugs and he offered to send me here and pay for everything because he heard that it was a really good program.
I was made aware of Narconon through radio advertising. One weekend our son had a particularly bad weekend. Through sheer desperation I rang Narconon, and that was the beginning of this magnificent journey.
A lot of the things we tried didn't work until obviously Juliet found this particular place here, Narconon, and from there I can honestly say that we haven't looked back.
The Narconon program involves 3 phases. The first phase comprises drug-free withdrawal, communication skills and the sauna detox.
That really attracted me to the program as a naturopathic physician, the fact that you could do a sauna, take specific vitamins that opened up the adipose or fat tissue of the body, release the chemicals into the blood, and then you sweat those out through the skin or through the urine. And once somebody's been through that first phase, they can actually think clearly.
Well, the first part, getting my health back. I was physically a mess when I got here. And then from there, just building emotional stability and repairing all the damage that I'd done in the past.
Yeah, once I got to the withdrawal part, I went up to sauna and I jumped into there. I was feeling a bit sooty still, a bit scattered. Got into there and I just literally felt all the chemicals, all the shit coming out of my body.
Sauna was amazing for me, especially because I had been clean for a while before I started sauna. Yeah. And I'd been exercising every day. I felt good and I couldn't believe that sauna could make me feel any better. And over the course of sauna, not only did my IQ go up about 50 points, but I felt like a new person. Like I had more energy. I'd wake up every morning and just be ready to face life. I was stopped smoking, stopped drinking coffee. It was just, I didn't need anything anymore to make me feel good.
My mom came to visit me after the sauna and she started crying when she saw me because she said I looked like a completely different person, like I was healthy again. And there was like light in my eyes again.
Phase 2 involves study skills and objective counselling, which gets the person into present time, as drugs do stick a person's attention to the past.
In less than 2 weeks, I managed to complete book 3. All my life I've struggled with studying. By the end of it, I just couldn't believe how easy it was to study. There were a few basic barriers in study, and they're very simple and easy to learn, and they're easy to learn how to handle. Through doing book 3, I now feel empowered to go out and study and learn whatever I want to do and change my life.
Yeah. Phase 3 is life improvement skills, designed to put the graduate back in control of their life.
The Narconon program actually rehabilitates you, which means rehabilitation means returning you back to your original form before you got on drugs. That's the main difference, It gives you a clean body through the sauna detox. It increases your awareness, it educates you on life and learning skills, which is what you need to succeed, which other programs don't give you that.
Narconon is a full residential centre providing 24-hour care. The 12 acres of English gardens are surrounded by 80,000 acres of national park. Abundant Australian wildlife is seen daily. This peaceful and therapeutic environment is ideal for a person to address the reason behind their drug problems.
What impresses me most about Narconon is the education side of it, the fact that you're not just getting people off substance but giving substance back into their lives. And as Mayor of the Shire of Yarra Ranges, I'm really proud to see a facility like this in our Shire.
Like many courses in all walks of life, Narconon hold regular graduation ceremonies for those completing the full program. The graduates and their speeches are an inspiration for those who attend, especially those new to the Narconon program.
Seeing the graduates that I've seen over the years that I've been doing this, you know, become successful in whatever endeavour they want to do and becoming contributing members of society is making a safe environment, and that's part of what Narconon's about. Making a safe environment for my children, for your children, and, you know, for the coming future life.
I mean, I go to graduation and it's undeniable these guys' lives are changed in such a way, it's monumental actually, and I love that. I love being a part of it, love being part of the success of this group.
There's been a terrific result, obvious to anybody who sees the people who come out of the programs. People who come in at the bottom end or in the trough of their lives and come out absolutely on top. And there wouldn't be, in my view, any greater or any better drug rehabilitation program in the country.
Among the Narconon staff, there's a huge care factor. Narconon considers it their responsibility to produce results, not just lucky to get them.
They are helping you find the reasons why you were doing what you were doing in the first place. That the problem that you had isn't the drinking and the drugs, it's what you were escaping and why you were trying to do that in the first place, which the program focuses on and helps you find and handle.
This shit works, eh?
My advice would be to any parent, if you can possibly access Narconon and its rehabilitation program, please do it. Please do it for your loved one that you are desperately trying to save.
For myself, I can't even understand that people would hesitate. If I hear there's an 80% success rate, I mean, I go there. For myself personally, I can't even understand that someone would hesitate. Just get them to Narconon.
If you think there's no hope, if you think there's no answer, if you think you're resigned to this life, you're not. There is an answer, there is a solution, and your life can be incredible. You can have your life back.
And how's Juliet today?
Oh, she's an amazing person. Knows where she's going, knows where she's at. Present time is her thing. and she's now pregnant as well, so and that's all evolved out of Narconon. Okay. Past, present and future.
I was really unhappy and I didn't realize that I could have happiness. But now I know that I can, and I know that everybody else can too. It's just possible. And I think addicts don't see that. They think that they're doomed for the life like that, but they're not.
If you were thinking of doing the Narconon program and hesitating, I personally sold the last thing I had left in the world, which was my car, to pay for the program. Best thing I ever did in my life, the best decision. You'll get that money back 1,000 times over, and it will change your life for the better. Just do it, don't hesitate, because you're living in misery right now.